Alright, well, I've decided to join the community of vloggers. It's going to be my first attempt at this. So, I'm mainly doing it just for the fun of it, really, more than anything. And, so, for y'all that don't know who I am or anything, my name's Terry Arnold. I am from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm married with 3 kids. One is 19. That's my son, oldest son. And my middle daughter, she will be 12 next week. And then I have a adopted son that is 9. And I've been married for 22 years. No, scratch that. 21 years. In September, we will have been married 21 years. My last name, her name's Ashley. Love her with all my heart. She means the world to me. So my family will probably make some appearances on here. I've already shot a little bit of footage that has my daughter in it, so I don't know when I'll get those posted, but I'm gonna try to probably post this one first. I'm pretty involved with my church. I'm our main drummer at our church, and then I'm also over our media department. And those of y'all that run media and graphics and all that ordeal, y'all know what all goes into that. So I'll probably every now and then post videos about that kind of stuff, kind of what my process is when I'm preparing for services and that kind of thing. Also, I do preach a little bit every now and then. I'll help fill in if pastor's out of town. So I may every now and then just hop on and post some words of encouragement. Do the best I can with that. Speaking of church, we attend the Pentecostals of East Ridge, pastored by Jeremy Winningham. Does a fantastic job. He took over as pastor roughly 2 to 3 years ago, probably 2 years ago. My dad, Terry Arnold Sr., was the founding pastor, and so the Winninghams came on board here probably, I'm going to guess, I think 10 years ago. By the way, if you see this video, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think I'm right. Like I said, they have really helped take our church to the next level. So me and my parents moved here 27 years ago. Actually, next month will be 27 years ago that we moved here. I was going into 10th grade when we moved here. Prior to that, we lived in a town just west of Nashville, about 30 minutes west, in Dixon, Tennessee. Some of my Dixon people will give me a shout out for that. My dad was actually the pastor of the church there for 6 years. Due to his father, the late Billy Arnold, he had a accident and was no longer able to pastor the church, and so he took over for him and took the church to another level. But then, like I said, we moved here 27 years ago, roughly, and Dad founded the church and was pastor here for 25-ish years. And so, and The plan was for Brother Winningham to take over at some point, but we did have, my dad did have a health issue in 2021, which kind of caused him to have to step down a little sooner than what he would have liked. And I may post another video about the testimony behind that at some point, and I may actually see if I can get Dad to tell his testimony about that, because my dad's got a great testimony, and I ain't gonna get into details on this video for that, but we'll get there at some point, and so I'll work on getting that posted and share that. And I've even his testimony got told at NAYC back in, I believe it's 2015. His testimony about how he was born, and so it's a great testimony. But like I said, I'll tell that later. And so I may try to find a video clip of that and put it in with it. But and me myself, I've actually got a great testimony of myself. I was born hypoglycemic, and for those that don't know what that is, that's basically I was born opposite of being born a diabetic. Was in the hospital for 6 months after I was born. Doctors at first couldn't figure out what was going on. Actually died 2 or 3 times while in the hospital, but was brought back to life. So I've got a great testimony as well, and I thank God for his healing power. Obviously I've had my complications in the past, but and I'm on some medications for other issues, but 95% of my pancreas got removed due to it producing too much insulin, which caused hypoglycemia. But God's been good to me, and I may post a more detailed video about that as well at a later time. But I was just wanting to give y'all kind of a intro to who I am, and hopefully anything I post will be an encouragement, or maybe just make you laugh, because like I said at the beginning of this, some of this will probably just being fun. I do like tech stuff as well, so I'll probably get on here and talk about some tech stuff every now and then too. And I may bring in a friend of mine from church that she's who I talk to when I'm all into tech stuff. We talk all the time about tech stuff, and I may get her to, if I can't get her to we sit down and talk about something, I may get her just to shoot me a FaceTime or something, who knows, but we'll get there at some point. But I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day, and have a good one.